What's up, guys? These 10 cars are going to compete in a top speed competition to see who to be in the top 15 leaderboard this week. Now, here's our current standings in the leaderboard. We got the R0932, which broke the world record last week with a 474, and then the ones that are securing at the bottom are LX and BJF58, with both of them are 456. So a 457 is going to be the magical number this week to be in the top 15. So let's get started. Up first is the Uber agent. Yeah, it has to get at least 457 to be in the top 15. But let's see if we can do that. On your marks, get set, go! A 445 and one number 1. That's not good enough. Let's see what number 2 can be better than that. On your marks, get set, go! A 445 and then a 424, but a 445 is the most it can do, but it's not good enough to make it into for the top 15. Now on to the next. The 68 Dodge Art is ready to set a top speed or even be in the top 15 or even break number 1. Let's find out. On your marks, get set, go! A 443 and one number 1. Let's see what number 2. On your marks, get set, go! A 443 and then a 441, but unfortunately it's not good enough to make it into the top 15. Now on to the next. The Porsche 911 G2 is ready to set a top speed and to be in the top 15 or even break number 1. Let's find out. On your marks, get set, go! A 459 and one number 1. That is good enough for a 3-way tie, 12th place. Let's see if we can do better than that and run number 2 and even top that. On your marks, get set, go! A 459 and then a 458, but the 459 is good enough for a 3-way tie, 12th place. Now on to the next. Up next is the Split Vision. Can he make it into the top 15 or even break number 1? Let's find out. On your marks, get set, go! A 457 and one number 1. That is good enough for 15th place, but things may change because if any car beats it, it will knock it out in the end of the race. But let's see if we can even top that and run number 2. On your marks, get set, go! A 457 and then a 456, but the 457 is enough for 15th position. But it may change. Might change because if any car makes it into the top 15, it'll knock this car out. So a 458 is the magical number to be into the top 15. Now on to the next. Chrysler 300C is ready to set a top speed to be in the top 15 or even break the record of number 1. Let's find out. On your marks and run number 1. On your marks, get set, go! A 470, it ties 5th place. Let's see if we can do better. It's good enough to tie 5th place. Let's see if we can do better than that and top it. On your marks, get set, go! A 498 and run number 2. That is enough to break the record. And that is gonna be very hard to beat for the other cars. Now, on to the next. 460 is now the magical number to beat into the top 15. Let's see if the baseline can do that. On your mark, or even break number 1. On your marks, get set, go. A 452 and 1 number 1. That's pretty close, but not close enough to make it to the top 15. Let's see if we can do better than that in 1 number 2. On your marks, get set, go. A 452 and then a 451. That was pretty close, but not close enough to make it to the top 15. Now on to the next. Up next is Faradox. Can he beat a 460 for the top 15, or even break the record for number 1 of a 498? Let's find out. On your marks, get set, go. A 449 on 1 number 1, that's not good enough. Let's see if 1 number 2 can be better than that. On your marks, get set, go. A 449 and then a 448. But the 449 is the most you can do, but that's not enough to make it into the top 15. Now on to the next. The green fast fish is ready to set a top speed to make it into the top 15 of a 460 or more, or even break the record of number 1 of 498. Let's find out. On your marks, get set, go. A 447 of 1 number 1. Let's see 1 number 2. On your marks, get set, go. $447 and then a $445, but that's not enough to make it into the top 15. Now on to the next. Up next is Tongue Twister. Can he beat number 1 of a 498, or even be in the top 15 of a 460? Let's find out. On your marks, get set, go. A 443 in 1 number 1. Let's see 1 number 2. On your marks, get set, go. A 462 in 1 number 2. That is enough for 14th place. Now on to the next. Last call up this week is Horseplay, and it has to get at least 460 to make it to the top 15, or get at least 499 to beat number 1. Let's find out. On your marks, get set, go. A 461, it is good enough for 15th position. Let's see if we can do better than that and top that in 1 number 2. On your marks, get set, go. A 474, it's good enough to tie 2nd place. Now, we're gonna move on to the leaderboard. And here's our updated top 15 leaderboard. The Chrysler 300C squeezes in number 1 with a 498, and newly added with a tie for 2nd place is Horseplay with its 474. And newly added is the Tongue Twister with its 462. So unfortunately, the 5 cars have knocked out the big, but unfortunately the 2 cars have made it to the top 15 in the middle of the race, but unfortunately got knocked out at the end. So the cars that got knocked out or kicked out from the leaderboard are the BJF58, the Warrior LX, XI622 TMGM, the Split Vision, and the Porsche 911 G2 is So sorry you 5, but you were knocked out the board because those speeds aren't enough, quite enough. So next week's top speed is going to be a 460 to make it into the top 15, and this is going to get pretty hard. Thanks for watching this video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.